Question 1. What are the implications of receiving 2 or more suspensions within a 10-year period? A. Your license will be revoked for life. B. Complete an impaired driver assessment at the Addictions Foundation of Manitoba. C. You must lower your license class. D. None of these. The answer is B. Complete an impaired driver assessment at the Addictions Foundation of Manitoba. Question 2. What is the penalty for a first occurrence under the tiered administrative license suspension system? A. 72 hours. B. 42 hours. C. 32 hours. D. 22 hours. The answer is A. 72 hours. Question 3. What is the minimum following distance required when driving an ambulance? A. 2 seconds. B. 4 seconds. C. 4 seconds. D. 2 car lengths. The answer is B. For seconds. Question 4. The slow-moving vehicle sign may be displayed only on a vehicle, combination of vehicles, or machinery traveling at a speed of what or less? A. 35 kilometers per hour or less. B. 30 kilometers per hour or less. C. 40 kilometers per hour or less. D. 20 kilometers per hour or less. The answer is C. 40 kilometers per hour or less. Question 5. What does it mean to be covering the brake while driving? Placing a layer of rubber across the brake pedal. B. Removing the foot from the accelerator and putting it lightly on the brake pedal. C. Placing your foot near the clutch. D. Placing your right foot beside the brake pedal. The answer is B. Removing the foot from the accelerator and putting it lightly on the brake pedal. Question 6. When stopping a vehicle without anti-lock brakes on an icy road surface, what technique should the driver use? A. Feather the brakes to avoid locking up. B. Locking up the brakes to allow the tires to dig in. C. Lightly release or pump the brakes. D. None of these. The answer is C. Lightly release or pump the brakes. Question 7. When the weight of a vehicle is doubled, what happens to the required braking force? A. Tripled. B. Doubled. C. Equal. D. Quadrupled. The answer is B. Doubled. Question 8. What does snubbing the brakes help to prevent? A. Late stops. B. Nothing. C. Overheating the brakes. D. Wear on the tires. The answer is C. Overheating the brakes. Question 9. How should you modify your following distance when driving a bus, truck, or truck and trailer? A. Keep it the same. B. Increase it based on the length of the vehicle. C. Decrease it based on the length of the vehicle. D. Does not matter. The answer is B. Increase it based on the length of the vehicle. Question 10. If you double both the weight and speed of a vehicle, what changes need to be made to the braking force? A. Increased 4 times. B. Increased 10 times. C. Increased 3 times. D. Increased 8 times. The answer is D. Increased 8 times. Question 11. What is the term used for applying both trailer and tractor brakes simultaneously using the foot valve on combination vehicles? A. Bottom foot braking. B. Balance braking. C. Top heavy braking. D. Foot hand braking. The answer is B. Balance braking. Question 12. The distance required to stop a vehicle depends on what factors? A. Its speed and weight. B. The type of brakes. C. The experience of the driver. D. Doesn't matter. The answer is A. Its speed and weight. Question 13. What device allows the trailer brakes to be applied independently of the tractor brakes? A. Double clutching. B. The hand control valve. C. The parking brakes. D. none of these. The answer is B, the hand control valve. Question 14. What is meant by the term danger zone in driving? A. The blind areas immediately to the left of the cab. B. The area directly in front of the vehicle in which the vehicle cannot be stopped. C. The blind area directly to the right of the vehicle. D. The area directly in behind the vehicle. The answer is B. The area directly in front of the vehicle in which the vehicle cannot be stopped. Question 15. When the speed of a vehicle is doubled, by what factor must the braking force be increased? A. 3 times. B. Equal. C. 4 times. D. 2 times. The answer is C. 4 times. Question 16. What is the function of retarders in a vehicle? A. They cool down the brake pads and rotors. B. They assist the brakes by reducing the heat that's built up inside them. C. They provide auxiliary slowing of the vehicle. D. Nothing. The answer is C. They provide auxiliary slowing of the vehicle. Question 17. What is another term for engine retarders? A. Engine brakes. B. Exhaust retarders. C. Hydraulic retarders. D. Electric brakes. The answer is A. Engine brakes. Question 18. What term is used to describe a traffic signal light that has been green for an extended period? A. A fresh green light. B. A stale green light. C. A common green light. D. A stagnant green light. The answer is B. A stale green light. Question 19. What is the recommended braking technique for a vehicle equipped with an anti-lock brake system, ABS? A. Hit the brakes firm and fast. B. Apply the brakes as normal. C. Pump the brakes. D. Lightly touch the brakes. The answer is B. Apply the brakes as normal. Question 20. When should drivers select a lower gear when descending steep grades with a loaded vehicle? A. Approaching the top of the hill. B. The bottom of the hill before going up. C. Halfway down the hill. D. Before starting downhill. The answer is D. Before starting downhill. Question 21. What is not considered a type of retarder? A. Hydraulic. B. Propane. C. Electric. D. Exhaust. The answer is B. Propane. Question 22. What is the meaning of snubbing the brakes? A. When the brake applications are not used and are ignored. B. When the parking brake is used instead of the regular brakes. C. When a brake application is made at intervals to reduce the vehicle's speed and then the brakes are released. D. None of these. The answer is C. When a brake application is made at intervals to reduce the vehicle's speed and then the brakes are released. Question 23. Overbraking on vehicles without anti-lock brakes while negotiating a curve or traveling on wet or icy surfaces could result in what? A. A longer stopping distance. B. A jackknife. C. Brake fade. D. None of these. The answer is B. A jackknife. Question 24. What is the reason for shifting down to a lower gear in an automatic transmission vehicle? A. For better fuel economy. B. To save wear and tear of the gears. C. For increased braking power when descending a hill. D. None of these. The answer is C. For increased braking power when descending a hill. Question 25. When the ABS, anti-lock braking system, activates, what should you avoid doing? A. Keep firm pressure on the brake pedal. B. Release the pressure you have applied to the brake pedal. C. Hold the steering wheel firmly. D. None of these. The answer is B. Release the pressure you have applied to the brake pedal. Question 26. What is the minimum distance that regulated vehicles, trucks, highway buses, or motor vehicles pulling another piece of equipment must maintain from each other outside of a restricted speed area? A 90 m, B 100 m, C 120 m, D 140 m. The answer is A 90 m. Question 27. How should you respond to a skid caused by overbraking? A. Downshift dramatically. B. Tap the accelerator. C. Brake harder so the anti-lock brakes activate. D. Release the brake pedal so the wheels start to turn and the tires regain traction with the road surface. The answer is D. Release the brake pedal so the wheels start to turn and the tires regain traction with the road surface. Question 28. How frequently should you use the horn while backing up? A. Once at the end. B. Once before starting. C. For each vehicle length traveled. D. If you notice another vehicle approaching. The answer is C. For each vehicle length traveled. Question 29. When the rear of your vehicle skids to the left, what should be your initial response? A. Nothing. B. Pump the brakes. C. Steer to the left to straighten out the vehicle. D. Steer to the right. The answer is C. Steer to the left to straighten out the vehicle. Question 30. When inspecting the tires of a bus, truck, or tractor with a GVWR of 4,500 kilograms or higher, what is the minimum tread depth required for the rear tires? A. 2.8 millimeters. B. 2.5 millimeters. C. 2 millimeters. D. 3 millimeters. The answer is C. 2 millimeters. Question 31. What should you do if your vehicle starts to skid on a slippery road? A. 250 m. B. 100 m. C. 2 kilometers. D. 1 kilometer. The answer is D. 1 kilometer. Question 32. How often should lug nuts be retorqued? A. Twice a year. B. Every 500 kilometers traveled. C. At each major servicing of the vehicle or trailer. D. During each trip inspection. The answer is C. At each major servicing of the vehicle or trailer. Question 33. When examining the tires of a bus, truck, or tractor with a GVWR of 4,500 kilograms or more, what is the minimum tread depth required for the front steering tires compared to the rear tires? A. 2.8 millimeters. B. 2.5 millimeters. C. 3 millimeters. D. 2 millimeters. The answer is C. 3 millimeters. Question 34. What is the typical outcome if the wheels begin to spin while accelerating on wet roads? A. The rear end of the vehicle may skid sideways. B. The vehicle begins to hydroplane. C. The weight of the trailer stops the vehicle from moving. D. None of these. The answer is A. The rear end of the vehicle may skid sideways. Question 35. How much does a typical truck tire weigh on average? A. 242 kilograms. B. 181 kilograms. C. 156 kilograms. D. 213 kilograms. The answer is B. 181 kilograms. Question 36. What does the term stale green light mean? A. A green arrow. B. A flashing green light. C. A light that has been green a while. D. None of these. The answer is C. A light that has been green a while. Question 37. For a vehicle with a GVWR of 4,499 kilograms or less, what is the minimum allowable tread depth for the tires during inspection? A. 2 millimeters. B. 1.8 millimeters. C. 2.2 millimeters. D. 1.6 millimeters. The answer is D. 1.6 millimeters. Question 38. What factors contribute to an increase in a vehicle's momentum? A. Taller loads. B. Higher speed. C. Lower speed. D. Heavier vehicles. The answer is B. Higher speed. Question 39. What is the recommended distance to stop your vehicle from the railway tracks at a crossing? A. At least 1 meter away from the nearest rail in a restricted speed area and at least 25 m away in a non-restricted speed area. B. At least 15 meters away from the nearest rail in a restricted speed area and at least 5 m away in a non-restricted speed area. C. At least 10 meters away from the nearest rail in a restricted speed area and at least 15 m away in a non-restricted speed area. D. At least 5 meters away from the nearest rail in a restricted speed area and at least 15 m away in a non-restricted speed area. The answer is D. At least 5 meters away from the nearest rail in a restricted speed area and at least 15 m away in a non-restricted speed area. Question 40. What factors might lead to a wheel lug becoming loose? A. Vibration. B. Wrong size lugs. C. The rim will heat and expand and then will cool and contract. D. None of these. The answer is C. The rim will heat and expand and then will cool and contract.